In today's video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I created this Spider-Man piece in Photoshop, and this was not done with AI. This is all manual work created from different photos. I'm gonna show you how I created all these images together to create this awesome piece. I'm gonna show you exactly how I created lighting like that, how I blended these images together, how I did the color grade, etc. So I'm gonna show you everything. The original time of this creation was 1.5 hours, and we're gonna do this in a couple of minutes, so let's get into it. Alright, so first thing what I did was create a new file and actually find the right Spider-Man that I wanted to use for this composite. And here I placed Spider-Man in this image, and the first thing what I did after it was place a lot of this rusty materials around this, so you can really see that he's standing in some sort of a rusty kind of environment where a lot of stuff is going on in the background. So first I want to create the floor around him. Then I started it working with lighting. Where does my lighting come from? I want to create lighting on the right side here, so I started making that. Then I will make everything darker, because first I like to make everything dark and then light. Then I start working on the rim lights, and here you can see I just brushed these rim lights with my hand around the whole subject, so around Spider-Man, around all these kind of areas that are highlighted. We want to make sure those areas get lighter because we're creating a lighting from the right side, and we want to make sure those areas get also light from the background. And if you do this correctly, you can create some really cool rim lights coming from the back side, actually a bit to the right side, on its face here, on its body, on the whole composite. And first what I do was I create this lighting a bit kind of yellowish so I can see this better, and later on we can change this color to any color that we want. So if you create lighting like this, make sure you can see it really well when you start drawing, and here you can see it's changing the color to a different color, so it's all up to you what kind of color you want to create your lighting. Then I start working on the lighting of these rusty materials, and again I do this with this yellow kind of layer just to see it better where I want to brush. And if you do this really precisely, if you zoom in a lot on your photo, you can create some really amazing effects with doing rim lights on all the little parts of your surrounding, of your subject, on everything in the composite. So try to work on lighting. It takes a lot of practice, but after you get good at this, you can create some really nice kind of effects on your photo or actually digital artwork. Then I started making this shadow. So the shadow part is also connected to the lighting because we create lighting on one side, so we want to make shadow on the other side. Then I started working on the background action, and here I just placed some files, some PNG files that I just downloaded from the internet, and I started blending them with the original photo. Then I made some extra effects like explosions in the background, and every of these effects are just images. And then I make some lighting on these explosions just to blend this better in this image, because we have an explosion in the background, and when you get this explosion, you want to make sure there is some light coming on your subject from the background. So want to make sure everything blends well. So I started making a bit of this kind of mist in the background behind him. As you can see there, that kind of white mist, like there is some smoke there. And this is all again done with different images. So just import images in your photo, especially if you have images with black backgrounds. You can change the blend mode to screen of your layer, and the black won't show, only the image. And here I'm working again on the lighting a bit, on the mist, and again here I'm working on particles. So these particles are like flying around in the image, and this gives your image more kind of dynamic feeling that there's some movement in your image going on. And when you add some blur effects to them, it's gonna create this effect like it's actually like going around the subject, like in the air. Then I started working on the foreground, and in the foreground I always like to place something just to create even more depth in your image, and the only thing I actually do is to blend this and then blur it out, and that's it. Then I started working on the sky there. I feel like the sky was too simple. I want to make more kind of effects in the sky, so I made the sky like kind of orangey, and then I made some particles, and these particles are actually like explosions, like those stuff that is flying around from the explosions. That makes the whole image kind of more interesting to look. And here I'm working on the lighting of the fire. I also created some sort of fire behind them, and I want to make sure there's some lighting coming from the fire. So you can see from all these subjects I work a lot on the lighting, because I feel like the lighting is so important in these kind of images. It makes the whole mood for this image. Then I do some fine tuning in Camera Raw. I did some blur around the image to get more more focus on him itself. And here I do some color grading. I actually wasn't really happy with these colors, so what I did was I changed the colors at the end to something completely different, as you can see here, and this made the whole image a lot better. I felt like it was too kind of orangey, and here you see some more blue in this image, more darker tones, and really nice composite overall. I know back in the day creating these kind of composites was really popular because we didn't have AI, so we needed to create everything from scratch. But lately we have AI and people get a little bit lazy, they just want the end result. But try to create this yourself from different images, different photos. It's like a collage, and after you do this you get really good in Photoshop, and it also helps you get better to just photo edit your own photo, so you don't have to create like these artworks every time. You can use the knowledge you learn from this, edit your photos yourself, because you learn a lot of these effects with lighting, with color, with composites, and all that stuff. So thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And if you want to see a full video how I create another composite, make sure to check out this video. It's really long, but it's a full video and it's not speed up. So thanks for watching again, and I'll catch you on the next one.